Well, now that we have our mez here, welcome back to the Bite the Abstract podcast. We were on a little bit of a break, mostly lazy, mostly sick, mostly excuses. You know how it goes.
Yeah, we've
But
been living life.
we got a little new setup here that we're trying out. So a lot of trial and error here, uh, but yeah, we thought we'd sit on the couch because it's a bit more comfortable and inviting than a little ugly
Yeah.
table in a
It's
dark
not
corner.
ugly. That's my grandma's table.
I'm sorry.
Don't talk about Lorraine's table like that.
But now that we're on the couch, our little Mez shows up because she doesn't like to come on the table. This is our
Yeah.
other kitty that hasn't made a real appearance yet, but
Yeah. This is Mez. She's 7. We got her from the Humane Society about probably 6, 7 months ago. She's a perfect angel
she's a sweetheart, of course.
most of the time. She's such a good girl. He's such a good girl. But we wanted to start off by doing a quick little life update. Do you want to say?
Sure. So we went on a little vacation about a month ago. This is a little after our last episode. And so, yeah, we went on vacation. We went on a little cruise with the family and a lot of others. And we came back engaged. So that's fun.
Yeah, we got engaged. So it's been
Yes.
really exciting.
Yeah. Yeah. A little change of pace, a little change of life. But yeah, that was
Big life step that
Yeah,
we took
yeah.
together.
very big life
So-
step, I'd say.
Very exciting.
But yeah, it was fun little vacation that we took. And
Yeah, it was good fun. My parents, and then Corey's best friend and girlfriend, and then Corey's mom and sister, and her best friend, and some more Corey's family, cousin, uncle, we're all there. So it's good fun.
yeah.
We partied really hard.
Yeah, as hard as we can party, which is not very hard.
Yeah. Yeah.
We're kind of weak when
very
it
good
comes to
fun.
that.
Yeah. Yeah, but it was such a good time. It was the best vacation I've ever taken.
Hmm.
It was so good.
Yeah, super fun.
Okay. I'm going to tell my side of the engagement, and then you're going to tell your side.
Okay.
Because mine is like cutesy, like how all girls feel. But then, like, your side of it's just
You just
absolutely
get the boy story and then the girl story.
yeah.
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay, so for me, I thought it was kind of coming. I, like, had a little inkling that it was coming, mostly because my family is really important to me. So I wanted my family to at least know or, like, be, like, around-ish. So I was like, oh, this is the perfect time. I kind of mentioned it to you prior. Is that how you got the idea? Because I mentioned that I thought that we were going to get engaged on the cruise?
Is that how I got the idea?
Uh-huh. Or you had it other than that?
No, I think I had the idea for a while. I think
Okay.
my mom asked me if I was going to do it because she said you told her thought I was going to do it on the cruise.
Okay, so really I planned my own engagement is what that means to me.
I think that's usually what happens.
But yeah, I was almost like positive it was going to happen, and I was like packing outfits that would be really cute, like just in case every day too, just to like be sure. But then I think it was like Tuesday before we left on Friday. I had Monday?
No, it was the week before
Okay.
because I bought the ring on Monday.
Was it Monday?
It was Monday.
Okay. So then maybe I just remember I worked that day, so it must have been like Friday before we left the following Friday. So 7 days prior, I was like, I know this is coming soon. I should pick out a ring because I wanted to pick out my own engagement ring. So I started looking online on ones that we could pick out just so that you had an idea for it.
Well, yeah, I think an important detail is we were planning on getting a ring just to like have, so I don't have to cough up a bunch of money on something that she might not like. So
Yeah.
to get a ring that works as a proxy, and
Yeah.
then later we can go shop for her real ring. So
Yeah.
that was the idea. That's why you were sending rings.
Yeah, and I've always wanted to pick out my own engagement ring. Just it's something that I have to look at every single day, all the time too. So I just want to make sure I like it. So that's why I was picking them out, and I sent you like 3 different options, and then that like really threw me off. I was like, that means that I'm not getting engaged on the vacation. So for like a day or so, I was a little bit bummed out, but then I got really relieved because then I feel like there was like no pressure on me, you know? Because that's a big thing. Like, I don't know, maybe this is just like girls' perspective, but that's a lot of pressure to put on someone. Like, you know it's coming up, so then you gotta like make sure that you're like on all the time, you know what I
You gotta be
mean?
on point. Well,
Yeah.
it helps when you're on all the time. Anyway,
Yeah, yeah.
just kidding. I'm not
Yep.
kidding, but
Yep, it does.
but
Yeah.
I'm just hyping you up.
But yeah, I don't know. That just like kind of took a little bit of pressure away. So then vacation actually starts, and I'm just enjoying it. And I think it was like three days maybe into vacation, and it was Corey's sister's Rachel's birthday, and I already knew what Corey got her for her birthday. So she opens it, and it was a book, and we were all like, "Oh yay, so great, so fun!" And then she opens what else. She was like, "Oh, what else is in here?" And I was like, "What else is in here? There's no way Corey got her anything else. That's freaking crazy." She pulls out a ring box, and I instantly, literally, my stomach fell out of my butthole. I was like, "There's no way." And his cousin was sitting across from us, and I was like mortified because I thought that was an accident. I thought that you accidentally put that in there. So I'm looking at her, and she's looking at me, and we were both like, "Oh no."
Panic.
Panic, because I seriously thought that it was a whoopsies, and so I was like, there's no way that just happened. But then Corey grabbed it and then got on one knee, and then I knew it was like on purpose, but I initially thought that it was an accident, and I was so mortified for you because like, oh no.
I was pooping my pants at this time as well,
And
but
I
for
was
different
so
reasons.
I was so oblivious. I didn't even know that you were like nervous or anything, and my mom the whole time was like, "Oh my god, he was so nervous all night," but I had no idea. I was just like,
I was pooping myself.
because it was also fancy night on the cruise too, so like that's so perfect that happened on that day too, because we were all like dressed up and really fancy. I literally had no idea. I was having a great time getting ready. I was doing my makeup all fun. And literally I'm just lollygagging through this day, and Corey's literally like sweating, and I didn't even notice.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, and then we were engaged, and it was great after
Yeah,
that.
and then we just celebrated.
So that was my half.
It was so much fun.
Go ahead, tell your crazy half of that.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know if I'm like just weird or this is just the standard boy experience, but yeah, I didn't. It was like months ago that I thought about it because my mom brought it up and was like, you know, she thinks you're gonna do it. Are you gonna do it? And then I got to thinking, I was like, I guess I should do it. Like, I'm ready to. I was like, that would be a good time because, you know, all the family's there. And this is like months before. So I think about it and then out of my brain, don't think about it again until the week before we go on the cruise. That's literally the next time I thought about it. And I was like, oh, yeah, I should probably think about that now. And then I was like, I thought about it for like 2 or 3 days and I was like, okay, yeah, I'm going to do it. And then like, she sent the rings. Like, luckily I didn't even have to like talk about it because that would have been suspicious if I'm like, hey, what ring do you want? You know,
I would have known right away.
Yep. And so it was nice. Like a couple days after I decided, you sent the rings over, and then I was like, okay, then I gotta go get those. And I got them on the Monday before we were leaving for the vacation. And it's like most of
So last minute.
most of the places I went, the ring stores, they're like, oh, it'll just be 2 weeks to size it and everything. I'm like, ooh, I kind of need it like by this Friday because that's when we're leaving on vacation.
Well, it was Thursday. You're like, I have 4 days.
Yeah.
Not
Yeah.
even 5.
Yeah. And yeah, and so that was the like, I was like, wow, this is really last minute. I should have done this like weeks ago, but that's just the way I work, and I feel like most other dudes work.
Probably.
It's just like last minute, and I don't know, like it's a big deal to me, of course, but like also I just don't take things very seriously, so it's so easy for me to forget about everything.
Yep.
But at least I try not to take things too seriously. But yeah, and then, you know, I'm a good liar, so I hid it from her very nicely. It was in a drawer in our dresser that you could have opened, but I knew you wouldn't have opened it.
You did not do that.
Yeah.
That's nuts.
Yeah, just for fun. I was like, I didn't know where else to put it, and I was like,
Not in your suitcase under the bed?
my suitcase is in the shed.
Not on vacation. Wait. You mean at home?
Yeah, when
You
I
kept
bought
it
the
in our bedroom?
yeah.
Stop.
Well, like
Stop.
there was like 4 days before while I had it where I needed to keep it
I
from
didn't
you.
even think about that.
Yeah, I kept it. I didn't have my suitcase out, so I kept it in our dresser, in the top right drawer, because I was like, "That's my drawer. She's not gonna open it."
Wow.
Isn't that crazy?
That's really
You were
lucky.
inches from it. It's not lucky. I was certain you wouldn't open it.
No, that's lucky because sometimes I do open your drawers because they're like sticking half out, so I gotta like put stuff in it to close
Oh no,
it.
it was like the top right drawer, the one
Okay.
above all your clothes, the
Yeah.
like little tiny one. You never open that. It has junk in it. You never open it.
I don't even know what's in
See-
there right now at this
See?
second.
See, I knew it.
That's still lucky to me, honestly. That's nuts that
Yeah.
you did that.
And then when I packed it, I just wrapped it up in a shirt and put it in. And then I did that very first so that I was like, everything goes on top of it. She won't see it.
Whew.
Yeah. And then I just kept it in the same shirt at the cruise when we unpacked. And then you were in the shower and then I put it in my sister's present.
Hold on, there was more to that. So I was in the shower, and the whole time you were like, I gotta go to do something. I gotta go outside. I gotta go see my mom. I gotta go do something. And you were like scheming with them in the hallway about putting it in her gift so that she would open it.
So that wasn't right before. I did that. I brought that up to her when we were swimming, like on the very first day.
Yeah.
I was like, I have a way better idea than what I was gonna do before, which what I was gonna do. Oh God.
Because you Googled how to propose.
Hold on. Are you getting this information from my sister?
No, you told me that you did that.
I did do that.
You said
but
I didn't know how to propose, so I Googled it.
How else are you supposed to figure it out?
I don't know. That's your job. I don't know.
Yeah. So, originally, my sister was gonna do a little speech for her birthday, and then just because all the family was there, it was gonna be a little fun thing. It was formal dinner. So then my mom and her were gonna pressure me to do a speech, and I hate like that kind of stuff. Like I'm not very talkative. I was a shy kid, and I am just like that now. I listen more than I talk. And then I had to think of a way out of that because I didn't want to do that. I'd stand up and then make a speech that turns into a proposal.
That's pretty
Oh
embarrassing.
God. Oh God. No, it's so much easier just to because I looked up how to propose, and then one of the suggestions was like make her find it by accident, and I was like, ooh, instantly knew. I was like, I have a great idea because nobody will see that coming. And then I
No one really saw it coming.
pitched it to my sister on the cruise. And then we made it happen. Apparently she was shitting her pants too.
Was she nervous?
Yeah, she's like, I need to fucking open these presents right now because I need to get this out of the way.
They're like sitting on the table, and she's like,
Yeah, she's like, I gotta open this.
oh my gosh. Another thing that I loved about that too is Corey's best friend was there, and the best friend's girlfriend were there too. And Corey obviously told the best friend, and he kept it a secret. And didn't tell the girlfriend. No one else knew. It was a surprise to both the girlfriends.
Oh yeah, he probably forgot about it until the day before.
There's absolutely no way. That's a big thing.
He probably forgot. I think he actually asked. He asked me like a couple days before. He was like, "Oh yeah, you still doing that?" So I think he did forget.
But when we were on the cruise the whole time,
yeah,
he knew. There's
He
no
knew.
way he
Oh
forgot.
no, I mean just like he did the same
Yeah,
thing that I
like
did
before.
where I forgot about it until.
That's why you guys are besties. Yeah, I thought that was really cute. And then after we got to, because on cruises there's like different places where you can take pictures. So we went and got our pictures taken.
Fucking expensive and ridiculous.
And we never got them, did we? We didn't end up buying them.
Yeah, I have it on my phone.
Oh really?
Yeah.
They're not. I
We
haven't.
bought one for $25, a digital picture for $1.
I
for
don't even have it on
$25,
my phone.
one
I don't even know if you've ever sent it to me.
Probably not.
That's why I thought that we
my
didn't get
sister
them.
did some better photos on the
Yeah.
beach and stuff, so that was cool.
Yeah, it was really nice. But,
Look at Mez stretching her leg out. Look, this cat is just so
perfect
freaking
angel.
lovely. She loves to be in the center. Hi, baby.
Aw, my perfect girl.
I know.
Oh, stop. Look at her.
She's gonna steal the show for sure.
Like 3 times a day. I'm like, Corey, go look at Mez. And she
Yeah.
just looks like this
Yep. She's
every
just
single time.
She's just being a cat.
She
But
just
she's
looks
just
the
so
same.
freaking cute. It's like you can't help but just acknowledge her. Hi, baby. Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, my poor girl. But yeah, yeah. That was pretty much it with the engagement, I think.
Yeah, I think so.
I've just have been so. My favorite thing about being engaged so far is how excited all my friends and family are for us.
I think that's my favorite part too.
It's just
Not,
so exciting.
I'm, yeah, I think I've only really seen your family's reaction. I haven't talked to really any of my other family who wasn't there, but like,
Yeah,
just everyone being so excited for you and like all the comments on your Instagram posts. That stuff's fun to see to
yeah.
me.
Even I didn't tell you this. Even this weekend, I think I saw the last little bit of my dance parents that I haven't seen that didn't know and aren't friends with me on Facebook. I saw one mom on Saturday. She was like, "How was your vacation? I'm so glad you're home. I haven't seen you." And all I did was, and she started crying. She was so happy
Aw.
for me.
Oh
And
my
I just
God.
thought that was so nice.
That's sweet.
Yeah, it's just seeing everyone else and how happy they are for us is definitely, I think, what makes it
Yeah,
more exciting.
I love that part of it for sure. I also love how excited you are about it, and especially how excited you are to wear your ring
Yeah.
and show people it's fun.
Yeah, it's very exciting. Yeah, my ring is so perfect. It was supposed to just be like a fill in till we can get a better one kind of a ring, but I don't even know if I'll want to even get another one because I like this one so much.
Yeah, yeah, because I was gonna get a really cheap one, but that one's still cheap in terms of rings, but it's still a real ring.
It's the most expensive ring that I own,
It's not like this.
and I'm a ring girl, so
It's not like this. It's not like a little plastic ring that you get from Walmart, which was what we were gonna get as the proxy.
yeah.
But it works. It was all I could find really, so it worked well.
Walmart has some good rings though. I'm not knocking Walmart rings.
Maybe online, but when I went, they had like 1.5 rings. Like they.
That's so weird.
was-
My mom
it
has
was
like
garbage.
5 pretend wedding rings because she likes to swap them out. They're nice ones, I think.
Yeah, 5 pretend ones. It's funny.
Yeah, yeah. But anyways, yeah, we're engaged to be engaged for the next 2 years, hopefully.
Yeah, I think 2026 is when we're gonna plan it for.
Might even be 27. I think. I just feel like it's gonna because most people get engaged and then married either within that year. Like normal people, I feel like would be married by December of this year, 2024, and then like a little bit less normal of people would be married by the end of 2025. Like they plan for 1 year out, and that seems so close to me. And then like 2026 is going to be fairly close too.
I think 2026 will work pretty well.
I hope so.
Yeah,
I was just
depends on our house buying situation.
house
Which is the
buying.
next part of the conversation.
Yeah. I don't know, wedding planning. We were just talking about this last night with some friends. It's like it sounds terrible to me, and like because I'm gonna be doing most of it, which is how I want it to be. To be fair, like I want to be able to plan most of it, just because that's how I am, and you're so do whatever you want, Liz, you know. But it just sounds so stressful.
Yeah.
There's just so much that comes with it, and you got to make sure you have all the people that you want. And then I'm so people pleasery, like I'm gonna hurt people's feelings by not inviting them. It
You
just
gotta
is
take
too much.
Take some time to gather a list of people, and then you don't even have to really ask them if they're going to go. Just a list of all the possible people that could come.
Yeah,
That's how I would start it, but
yeah. Well, we're gonna have to get on that at some point.
we should just start it soon, I think. But that's
Yeah, very loosely, October 2026 potentially is when we're getting married.
yeah, exactly.
So,
Yeah.
who knows? But yeah. So going into the other thing.
Yeah. So yeah, money and the money from the marriage is a whole thing. It's like we want to push it out because we want to have a good wedding and have enough money to pay for it, and we're trying to buy a house on top of
Yeah.
it, and so that adds another part to the equation. And we want to talk about buying a house because this shit sucks ass.
Yeah, this is the least enjoyable thing I've experienced.
Yeah, and we haven't even really been doing it long enough to like get the full experience, which is crazy because it's so freaking awful.
Yep. So my dad works in the like housing industry, I guess you could say. And so he's like, "Hey, there's some houses that are model houses that are going for sale. You guys should just check them out, even if it's just for funsies." So we're like, okay, cool. And it's just fun too to see how like they're decorated. So whatever, yeah, sure, we'll do it as a little experience. No big deal. So we check them out and we fall in love with these houses, unfortunately. And they're brand new. They're beautiful. They're a little far from where we want to live, but whatever, we like them. So we're like, just for funsies, just continuing the fun. We should see what we can get qualified for a house, and we get qualified for what normal housing is here, which is hella expensive in my opinion.
Not even an opinion. It just is.
It's a fact.
It just is expensive.
As everywhere else is too. It's not like it's specifically bad here in Nevada.
I mean,
but
it is exceptionally bad here.
yeah, it's also really bad in Utah, just like it is here in California too. It's just bad everywhere. Just trying to live here, it's bad.
There are places that it's a lot easier because the income to housing ratio is
Makes sense.
is a lot closer. It's like the average income matches the average house, whereas here it's so disproportionate. It's ridiculous.
Yeah, it's
like,
unbelievable.
so some places aren't as bad. Like here in California and other places that are really developed or developing, which is what this is.
Yeah. Yeah, but yeah, so the loan kind of, we were like, oh, we really can qualify for a house, because I was under the impression I couldn't.
Yeah.
And I think you were too.
Yeah, just kind of, I mean, I figured I could qualify, but I just didn't think I had enough money for it.
Yeah, same. So that really like opened our eyes to it. So we were like, oh, okay, cool. We'll start looking. You know, we can't qualify for the houses, the brand new houses, because they're too expensive. But maybe we'll just start looking.
We did qualify for the brand new houses, but we just couldn't afford it because it was just too much a month.
It's too much.
Yeah, so it was
so
like it was like almost in our reach. If the interest rates were better, we might have even been able to afford it, but it was just too expensive.
Yeah.
It was too expensive to afford. But
yeah, so the newer houses are kind of, we have found some that we could qualify for, but they're just like not in the area that we want to live. And if I'm dropping this much money, I'm going to live where I want to live in town.
Yeah.
So anyways, first plan kind of went through, but we've been looking for, I would say, close to a month.
Yeah,
3 weeks.
I think about
for sure.
3 weeks.
Yeah, so almost a month, and it is so unbelievably terrible. So unenjoyable. I can't even tell anybody how unenjoyable it is.
Mm-hmm. It's just like so.
It's brutal.
It's so freaking competitive.
Yeah.
And it's like I'm trying to buy a home that I want to live in for potentially a really long time, and
yeah.
You know, I'm working with the money I got. It's not a lot compared to other people, but I'm working with what I got, and I'm just like, we just don't compete with all the people that are rapidly buying houses. Like,
yeah,
we have to, as soon as a house goes on the market, we have to see it within 24 hours, or there's like an offer on it. And even then, we put in an offer, and it just doesn't even compare to the person that put in an offer after us or before us or whatever. It's like we just don't compare to what anybody else can do, because whether it's they're offering full price and paying cash.
Yeah.
Okay, well, we can't compete with that because, you know, we need help with the closing costs or whatever.
Yeah. Totally.
Or this person's just offering 15 to 20 grand above asking price just so that they can get the house. Well, we can't do that because we don't have the extra money to do that.
Yep.
And it's like, it's just non-stop with that.
I think the two biggest things that have stood out to me and frustrated me the most was the first house that we like absolutely like fell in love with. It was so perfect. It was in the perfect location. It was like we want to live by my parents. It was right by my parents. It was right by the elementary school that we want our kids to go to, that we actually met at too. Technically.
You say we met at it, but like, I didn't know you.
I remembered you from 3rd grade though. It's okay. That doesn't matter. But anyways, you know, it was just like perfect. And we were like, we saw it. It was on the market. We saw it, and then someone bought it. Mm-hmm. And so we didn't even get a chance to make an offer on it because it was snatched up so quick. And then a couple days later, my mom saw that it was back on the market. So we were like, oh, sick. We'll do anything that we can. So we put an offer in like the literal instant that it was back on Zillow. I think it was maybe on Zillow for 4 hours.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
And we were like, oh my gosh, this is so perfect. So we immediately send over an offer, and it was exactly what they were asking for. And we wrote a letter that was like, we love your home. Like, we want to live here. We want to start a family here. We just got engaged, like the whole thing. And then we were in negotiation with them, trying to just see like what we could do potentially to get like closing costs, like maybe cheaper, like blah, blah, blah. We were literally texting our realtor that was texting the other person's realtor, like literally negotiating, and someone else put in an offer and the other person got it.
Yep. Yeah, we sent them an offer, and then they were in the process of counter offering.
Yeah.
If we got the counter offer, we just sign it, and it's done
Yeah, it would
deal.
have been set.
Done deal. But in the process of them, I don't know if they were jagging or what.
Yeah.
They get another offer, and it looks better to them, so they take that one.
Yeah, I
And
was
it's
so
like all about money. It's so freaking frustrating.
I was so defeated after that. Like, I was genuinely
Yeah.
trying to not like cry after that. It was just so frustrating, and I think that was maybe it was only like the second house that we put an offer in on.
I think
maybe
third one,
the third
because
house.
we did that one house.
Yeah, the
That
first
we
one
were
didn't
kind of
work.
in between on, but they took a cash offer, and then
Yeah.
we did that other house that was really nice but kind of small,
Mm-hmm.
and then and then someone was offering 15,000 over the asking
So
price,
ridiculous.
so we couldn't do that.
Yeah. I don't know. It obviously worked out perfect because I feel like that's just really shady of them to be like negotiating with us but still accepting other offers. Everyone that I've talked to said like that's really weird.
I don't find it shady. I just find it like uncool.
It's super
guess
not cool.
It's like you're communicating with these people. We're gonna counter offer. And
Yeah.
it's like we're we have this mutual agreement to it feels like it's a mutual agreement, and then you just go and that's gonna make me $10,000 more. I'm gonna take that one.
Which is so silly.
like-
Like when you think about it with like a homeowning or even purchasing, like that's really not that much money.
In the grand scheme, yeah, it's not. And I get it. People want their money, but it's like, God,
just
I just feel
frustrating.
like, I don't know. I hope that whoever got it is like a nice family and like actually plans to live in it, and it's not just coughing up 500 grand worth of cash just to have someone else live in it and feed their pockets. Like, that's the shit that I hate.
I do too. And they said the person that's selling that house was like, it's really important to me who gets to live here. So I would think that us writing a letter like, we just got engaged. I've always lived in this area. Like, I want to start a family. And so for them to just be like, too bad for you.
Mm-hmm.
That's so freaking annoying and so frustrating.
I get it. It's not their responsibility to
No, it isn't.
uphold our want for that house, but
It just sucks for us.
it does. Yeah, and the freaking
Yeah.
money aspect is so aggravating to me, because housing is supposed to be a basic human right. It's supposed to,
Supposed
but
to
you
be.
don't have a right to it. You have to earn it. Like, you do not have a right to it.
Yeah.
And I'm so grateful we have a house. We have a place to live right now. We have a roof over our heads. But it's just like there's so much profit potential for these rich people
Yeah.
in real estate. Like, even just renting like apartments and whatnot. Like, there's so much profit potential, and you're literally just profiting off the human right that you need shelter.
Yeah.
And so it's so frustrating to go and try to buy this house that is part of your human rights, kind of. Like, I mean, yeah, you don't have to live in this house. You can live in a cheaper, shittier house, but the point still stands. And then it's like it just is like someone with all this money just goes in and is just making a buck off of it, and it shoots your shot to get the house.
It does, and it's not even like we're looking in like really expensive houses in really good areas. Like, we're looking in a good area. It's not like a super run down part of town. But I feel like, and we have even looked in run down parts of town, and we still didn't even get it.
Yeah.
Because people are still offering more money.
Mm-hmm.
So it's the most crazy thing. And so the second thing that has really stood out to me through this is we just looked at one house that we really liked and we were going to put an offer in on, but they were flipping. The house was just like the person that owns it doesn't even live here. They flipped the house just so that they could sell it, and they were just waiting for the best offer. So we put our offer in, and they were like, I don't know if I'm going to take it or not. We're going to wait a couple of weeks to see if we get a better one than yours. What does that even make? Like, that doesn't even make sense to me. Like, you have an offer right now. Just take it. It's so ridiculous.
Their interest isn't getting rid of the house. It's making the most money. So they're just looking at the percentage.
It's
that
just so
dollar
frustrating.
amount.
Like,
It's really, really frustrating.
yeah.
Yeah, I don't know, like, I talk about this as a problem, but it's like, I don't know what the solution would be. Do you limit the amount of houses people can buy? Then it's
There's
like,
just no way to police that either, I feel like. Because
Well, I mean-
if we were to get married, how do you police that? Because I can own 5 houses and you can own 5 houses, you know?
I think you could, it would be like a family type thing. Like, you can't, I don't know. I don't know how that would even exist in a law,
It
but
wouldn't.
it could. It could, I don't know. Limiting the amount of houses someone can buy, that could totally could exist. Would it do anything, or would it hurt us in ways that we don't realize? I don't know. But yeah, I think it's just really frustrating that people can profit off of our need to have shelter.
Yeah, absolutely. But I also really like our apartment, so I think that we just gotta just be glad that we're here now and just
Just have to-
know that the right house is coming for us. It's just frustrating
yeah,
getting
we just
there.
have to be patient and like, yeah, it'll come to us, but it's just
I'm not
such
I'm not a patient girl.
yeah,
I'm a little impatient.
such a frustrating process, but
It's okay. Yeah.
what are you gonna do, huh?
Nothing.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, it's just frustrating seeing how all these people work
Yeah.
in real estate. It's just very frustrating.
Yeah. Oh God, not to mention the people that will never even be in our position to like possibly buy a house. Like,
Well, yeah, we're so fortunate to even be having this conversation in the first place.
yeah, 2 people making the average income in our area cannot qualify for the average house. Not even 100 grand below the average house.
Yeah. If I was
What?
so
That's
I will
crazy.
say I do not make shit for money at work, and I work in customer service, and I really I'm not saying like I deserve more money, but just because I work in customer service and the amount of BS that I have to put up with, like I believe that I deserve to make more money than I do
Mm-hmm. Oh,
because it is so
absolutely.
taxing. Especially like when I first got my position, I was on the phone working in insurance, talking to people all day long for 8 hours. And if anyone has ever done that before, I know that you can sympathize with me. Like, it is so taxing. I would get home from work and I would say something to my mom, and she would say, "What?" And I would literally say, "I'm sorry, I've been talking all day. I can't repeat myself. If you didn't hear me, we're just going to have to stop talking."
Too bad. Yeah.
I was so rude because
Yeah.
of it. It was so painful, though. But
Hi, baby.
yeah, I can't believe. Like, I really don't make shit for money. And so there's absolutely no way without someone else making a little bit more money than me. I could even potentially live here, nonetheless buy a house somewhere else.
Mm-hmm.
So it's ridiculous.
Yeah, sure. We could move to Alabama and buy a house.
Yeah.
You could buy a house
Texas.
with your income in Alabama, but then you have to live in Alabama. Texas, probably a little harder, but I'd still about the same amount of ease.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, their housing is pretty affordable there.
Yeah.
Probably just because they're so developed and there's just so much economy there. But
Mm-hmm.
I don't know.
Yeah. Yeah. It's just such a bummer. And there's really no way to fix it.
Yeah,
As far as like I'm concerned, like there's nothing that I can do to make
Get
it better
rich.
for anybody. Well, I'm trying to do that and work my butt off. I work 2 jobs and it's the same.
yeah,
So
yeah. You have to take an alternative route.
like buying real estate.
Yeah, yeah. Like whatever. Yeah, it's been a real rough process, but
Yeah, another thing that makes it really rough too is us not wanting the same thing in the house. That's been
having
really tough.
conflicting ideas.
Yeah. Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, but the only time that really happened, it was at a house that you now would say no to.
I really liked it at the time, and I would have definitely have made an offer in on that house.
Yeah, but now you're like, I don't even want to live that far.
It was because we had that perfect house. It was in the perfect location, so it like came so close to everything working out. So now I'm like,
You got a
driving
taste of
10
it.
more minutes.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so now I'm gonna be way more picky about the location. There was one crazy house that we saw, and it was like the front door of the house was like facing the garage of the person across the street. You remember that? How it like turned in? That
Oh,
crazy
that like
parking.
yeah, that one out there.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was really weird. It was like a little like back street thing that it like came off a normal looking neighborhood, and then in the back there was like these really really close together. It was like six houses, like three in the front and then two on the sides, and the side ones like were turned sideways and then extended the length of the other houses in the like row of three. And yeah, it was really weird. There was like no driveway. There's like zero front yard. It looked like apartments.
It was awful, and
Hate
even
that
so,
crap.
there was one house where the front door was facing. It was like facing me, like how me and Corey are. One house facing, so they were both facing each other, both front doors, and then there was another house to the other side of it with their garage door. It was the craziest thing.
Mm-hmm.
How are you ever supposed to have people over?
Yeah.
Sorry, you have to park on the street and walk in
yeah,
3 blocks.
Yeah, a couple blocks away. Yeah. It was
Yeah.
really, really
It's so
weird.
nuts. Like, that's such a weird layout.
Weird design. Yeah. I mean, more affordable, but it's like, I don't know. We're just being picky, I guess, because.
Yeah. I think you should be picky though. Like I'm gonna freaking drop like $500,000 on something. Like I better like it at least a little bit, or at least like where it is.
Yep. Yep.
Yeah, I mean that's the most money you will ever spend in your life. So it's
Probably, yeah.
very important.
Unless you get really rich and buy a jet or something like that, or a bigger house.
Just, yeah, bigger house.
Naz.
Yeah. So yeah, trying to buy a house. Just got engaged.
There's our enough of our privileged venting.
Yeah.
We
I
are
know.
very privileged to being even capable of buying a house, but
Yeah, I agree.
still sucks.
Yeah, it's definitely like first world problems.
Mm-hmm.
Complaining about it, but it really is just so frustrating.
Yeah. All right, you want to wrap it up?
I think so.
Yeah.
Mez, say bye.
I hope you can hear her sniffing there. That'd be
Normally she
awesome.
makes some noises, but I don't think that she will today.
Yeah.
Not right now. Maybe next time.
Yeah. Yeah, we want to try to get on a more steady schedule for releasing these, so we don't get in these ruts of weeks where we just keep putting it off, and then things come up on the day we're putting it off to, and then it goes off longer.
In
We
our
wanna-
defense, we went on vacation for a week. Corey got really sick, and then for a whole week, then got me really sick for a whole another week.
Yeah. Yeah, but we still have been putting it off. So, but we want to make a better effort to make it regular, and get more episodes out there. And I think next time I want to talk about some philosophy, some of my nerd stuff that I just not necessarily Alyssa's type of conversation, but
Me and Mez will sit here like this.
yeah, I want to talk about some meaning of life type stuff and hippie things, and talk about
Hippie
world's perspectives and that kind of stuff. So some stuff to look forward to.
Yeah. I know I am.
All right, y'all. Well, that was this was the Bite the Abstract podcast, and bye-bye.